Hey PV, Sammy here with the missionary update. I'm excited to introduce you to a missionary couple that became a part of our missionary family this year. They are Bob and Melissa Hill, and they've been on the mission field for over 37 years. Wow. They serve in Scotland, helping refugee women fleeing exploitation and abuse. They lead his family church in Glasgow and are also the directors of member care with Globe International. Hi, Bob and Melissa. Say hello to your
Hi.
PV family here in Winona.
Hey guys,
Sammy.
hey
Hi,
PV,
everybody.
hey
Good to
Sammy.
see you. Looking forward
Awesome.
to
So here we are again with Bob and Melissa Hill from Scotland, and we're going to be talking more about their background, their history, how they got involved in missions and what they're doing now and where God is taking them. So guys, if you can just share with us a little bit more about how you got involved in missions and where have you served and for how long and how long have you been in Scotland?
Right. Thanks.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, we were in the Presbyterian Church, and we had a little missions conference. We had a couple come from Africa, and they spoke to the church about missions, and Melissa and I just really felt something going on inside of us. I was in the Air Force, and so we went up for prayer, and then the next day I went to work and I prayed with my best friend there who I worked with. And it's like, God, if you want us to go to missions, you're going to have to tell Melissa, because we both love the Air Force and you need to tell her like you're telling me. And so we said, amen. So she came to pick me up. And as we're driving out of the parking lot, she says, Bob, I was at this tea with Nell Chin Chin, that missionary lady. And I think we're supposed to get out of the Air Force and go on the mission field. And so we go, hallelujah. So that's how we got started. We got out of the Air Force, went to Bible college, and we connected with Globe International, which is the sending part of our Bible college. And so then we did our training there in Pensacola, Florida. And then we went to Japan for almost 10 years with our 3 children. They were 9 and twins of 3. And then we went to Scotland 27 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And so that's kind of how we got started.
Long time. I had the privilege of visiting you guys in Scotland in 2018 with a small team from PV, and we got to stay at the Overton House. So please share with us about how you acquire the Overton House. It's a beautiful, castle. It's just amazing. And share a bit about the history of that. How I know it's quite the testimony. It's just, and you can describe the house for those that most of our people never been there. So share about the Overton House.
Okay, we planted a church in Clydebank, and we we're working with people on the street, especially young women who were, we had the highest rate of teenage pregnancies in Europe right in our community. And it was just a real rough place. And the more we worked, the more we realized that these young women needed a place where they could get out, get some ministry, come to the Lord, and then get trained to be successful in their lives. And so, our secretary of the church had been born at Overton House when it was a maternity hospital. So we put an application into the local government, and through a series of crazy events, we ended up having 3 meetings about it. And the final one, they voted to give us the house for 60 years. And just to describe the house, it is a castle. It's officially listed as a castle. It's finished in 1864, and it was actually the summer home of a very wealthy Christian family known as the Whites. And they, on the eve of World War II, they bequeathed it to the people of Dumbarton, where it sits in Dumbarton. And so it went through a lot of different things, and it became a maternity hospital. And for about 40 years or so, if you weren't born at home in our area, you were born in the house. The house is 46,000 square feet. It's a baronial pile, which means it is, although it's built in the Victorian age, It's a compilation of several different architectural styles. So it's a unique house. There's not another one like it in the whole world. And so, yeah, we have about 40 something rooms, and we have 6 of those rooms dedicated on the 3rd floor to young women in crisis. And when I remember when we were it was quite a battle to get the house. And when we put in our application, we got a call back saying they'd received it, but there was no financial package with it. And I said, well, what's a financial package? And they said, well, how are you going to pay for this? I'm going like, let me get back to you on that. So I hung up and I said, Melissa, how are we going to pay for this? She goes, I guess we had to pray. And so while we were praying, we felt like the Lord said, just tell them that I'll take care of it. And so we submitted our financial package. It was 3 words long: God will provide. And the council said, awesome. That means we're not responsible. So anyway, God has done that. We went through 16 years of renovation, and
praise the Lord.
Paid for all of it, sent the teams over. So it's been pretty amazing. We started, we opened back up to young women in crisis, which ended up being women exiting sexual exploitation. And we did that for almost 2 years. And then we had a staffing issue, and then COVID hit. So now everything is like really ground to a halt. And we are currently really working hard to get back open so that we can again care for now refugee women who are very vulnerable in our society. They come in and they have most of them would have come over on their husband's visas, and then there's abuse, there's all kinds of stuff, and they're kicked out, and because they don't have a visa, they have no support or help from the government at all. Wow. They're basically homeless with no recourse to public funds, and so our part will be to help them through their period of they'll be going to court to figure out whether they're going back to their home country or whether they're going to be given asylum here in the UK. Okay. So, yeah. Excellent. So that's what we'll be doing. And we also have a tea room that operates. It's open to the public on the ground floor. Super popular. We're a very popular walking place. And we have about 60,000 people a year come up to the property. Yeah. I mean, it's like... Wow. It's pretty crazy. During COVID, it's been like 3 or 4 times that. It's been crazy because they couldn't go to each other's homes, but they could see each other outdoors. So that's kind of where they're at. That's probably a long answer to your question. That's great. That's awesome. Perfect. Do you have any staffing needs, volunteers? If somebody is watching this right now and they're like, man, I have a heart to help and serve in Scotland and help women that are vulnerable there. Are you open to getting people from the US to help, or it has to be like Scottish people? No, we would love volunteers to help us. Absolutely. More volunteers we have from the States, easy just to staff, because then we just would pay the Scottish staff members, and the Americans would come over on their own, just like we do as missionaries. Yeah. Yes. And so, yes, if there are ladies, mostly ladies, that we'd love to talk to you if you're interested in coming and help us. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Oh, awesome. Yeah. So if you're feeling God is tugging at your heart, please get with me, send me an email, and I'll get you connected with Baba Melissa. Great. Awesome. Yeah. And you're so busy. You're also you pastor his family church in Glasgow, but I know that it is a specific town or a specific neighborhood. What is the name of the neighborhood where the church is? The church is in a little town called Clydebank. It's about 20 minutes outside of Glasgow.
Gotcha.
And the church is called His Family Church. We're about 30, 40 believers.
Mm-hmm.
And because of COVID, the government shut down all churches in 2020.
Yeah.
So we haven't been open, and we're allowed to open. We were allowed to open in August of this year. So after 17 months of not meeting together personally, we started meeting in August. We are sharing a building with a Church of Scotland, which is a Presbyterian church.
Right.
And it was great. The first Sunday we had just a big celebration. Everybody wore party hats. We had little blowing things. We just had a great celebration of being together again, you know, and
for sure.
It's been great. We're really excited about it.
Yeah, we still do live streaming as well. We currently have a couple of families with COVID that aren't able to attend. So we're doing we're continuing with our live streaming, Facebook Live and YouTube. But yeah, we love our church. We've got a great leadership team. So while we're away, it's like we're not even there. They're going like, you know,
we got this.
They got this, you know.
They take care of everything and keep moving forward.
Yeah, they're a great team.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we went in 2018 and we had the opportunity to join you for service on Sunday morning, it's just such a beautiful group of believers, just beautiful hearts, the worship, the atmosphere, the fellowship, the community. I was like, man, I hope that I can go back and worship.
Yeah, we hope so too.
With you guys. What was that?
We hope so too.
Yes, we need to make that happen. So another hat that you wear as directors of member care for Globe International. What is Globe International, and what's your role with member care?
Okay. Well, Globe International is a sending agency that grew out of a church there in Pensacola, Florida called Liberty Church. Okay. And they started a Bible college, and then their students started getting called to missions. And it was like, how do we get them on the field and keep them on the field and care for them on the field? So over 40 years ago, Globe started, and our real thing is training, sending, serving. And our part in that is to make sure that all the missionaries that are on the field are well cared for. As member care directors, we have put a team together. When we actually went out 37 years ago, there was no such thing as member care for us. And so you basically just got your head down and got on with it and hoped you made it, and God was gracious and you did. But, you know, it's a different day, and young people today who go out really want the connection of an agency that is going to not only take care of their financial administration and help them get their newsletters out and all of those kind of things, but are also going to walk with them through each stage of their missions life and make sure that they are doing well. And so a lot of people don't know, but number one reason missionaries leave the field is other missionaries.
Conflict.
Conflict. And so part of our job as member care is to help them learn how to get through those inevitable conflicts, give them some tools, and walk with them through it. We've developed a mental health side of our ministry in Globe with some licensed psychologists and counselors and that kind of thing. And so, Globe's big part is helping missionaries fulfill the vision and calling that God has put on their lives. And we've been doing that successfully for over 40 years. And we love to see our missionaries thriving on the field. And so that's really our emphasis. And so,
one thing that COVID has done positively for us is this year we have set up several ministries under member care. One is Globe Kids. Fellow missionaries are meeting with all the Globe children between 6 and 12 years old around the world. They meet every week. And so they get to know each other. So the kids get to know where their other children are around the world and what life is like. That's been really good. And then we just recently opened Globe Youth, which is junior high and high school. And they're doing the same thing, meeting each other from around the world. And that's going great. And we just opened up Globe Med, as we're calling it, where if a missionary's in a field and maybe a doctor says, you've got this and this problem, and they can't understand the language well enough. Because you learn a language in a foreign country, like we lived in Japan, you learn Japanese, but medical Japanese is not the same as living everyday Japanese.
Right.
So we've developed this cohort of doctors and nurses who the missionaries can call and say, well, this has happened to me. What do you suggest? Should I come home? What should we do?
That's excellent.
And so that's another plea to your folks. If you're a doctor or a nurse and you would like to help us, we'll put you in contact with our doctor who runs that. And it's been really helpful because we've had people, they've had different kinds of cancers or something come up and they're like, I don't know what to do. I'm in this country. So
Plus we're also beginning by the next couple of months, we'll institute also what we call Globe Ed, which is because we have so many families around the world whose kids are homeschooled or they're in foreign schools, that we are putting together a team of people who are educators who can help them do better at that, help them with their kids who are having some problems with learning difficulties or whatever, or parents with problems with their kids. And so just so in every area, every facet of their missions life, that they have the tools to really thrive and really be successful long-term on the field. We also do internships, which is a very popular thing, that they can come and serve with veteran missionaries in different areas of the world, Scotland being one of them. But there's also in Africa and in Asia and in Central and South America and Europe.
That's awesome. And it's so cool to hear of all the new things and the kind of innovative ways to really support missionaries and their families and their kids and, all the facets of their life. It's quite amazing. That's very exciting. New developments for that ministry.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. You've been so gracious with your time. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Is there anything else that you would like to share to end?
Can't wait to get to see you guys. It's going to be awesome. We get to see you and our grandkids and our son and his wife there, Josh and Kim. And we're looking forward to just getting to, during COVID, you didn't get to hug anybody. You couldn't go see anybody. And we aren't filled up yet. We're still needing hugs. We're still needing that personal contact. So we're really looking forward to getting to be with you guys and all the folks there at TV.
So we're so looking forward to having you guys here. We're excited to hear more, to get to know you, for me to introduce you to our PV body here. Just really looking forward to having you. And as you mentioned, Josh Hill is your son, and he's one of our bass players here, and just love him, and he's just such a cool dude. And thank you so much for sharing him with us, and looking forward to having you. So have a great trip to Winona, and see you soon.
Yeah, amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.